Hello YouTube, welcome to this 30-minute floor-based stretch. This is a live recording from one of my corporate sessions that I hold weekly for a company based in Europe. So if you have a company or you would like to bring a live mindful movement session to your work, please get in touch using the email linked below. Otherwise, please enjoy this session and I really hope you enjoy it. So coming to find a nice comfortable seat, so maybe that's cross-legged. If you prefer to sit some other way, that's okay too. And let's start with 3 deep breaths here. So breathing in through the nose. And let it go through the mouth. Breathing in. Letting go. Final time, breathing in. And releasing. Perfect. You can do this next bit with your eyes closed if you want. We're just going to start with gentle rolls through the neck. So just gently moving the head around. Relax the jaw. See if you can soften around your eyes and your forehead. And then if you're moving in one direction, just change direction. Keep it nice and slow. Notice any tight spots, any areas that maybe need some more attention. Wonderful. And then eventually we're just going to allow our chin to rest onto the chest. Let your head hang heavy for a few moments. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then on an in-breath, lifting your head to a neutral place. Perfect. From here, we're going to take one hand, take it behind and grab for your elbow or your bicep. Good. So once you've got that grasp, just dropping your ear down toward your hands. Imagine you had someone's reassuring hand on this shoulder and it's just gently encouraging it down to the floor. Lovely. Slowly roll your chin to your chest and then swap hands. So your other hand comes behind, grab for your elbow or your bicep, whatever you can grab a hold of, and then dropping the ear down the opposite way. See if you can relax that muscle of your jaw, so just in front of your ear. Notice if you were holding your mouth tightly shut. Beautiful. Slowly roll your chin to your chest. And then as you inhale, reach both hands high, lift out of your waistline, look up. And as you exhale, bring one hand down, one arm across. Nice big side stretch. Good. Inhale, come up through center and then over to the opposite side. Good. Inhale, center, and then we're going to take a twist. So one hand across, one hand behind. Take a breath to sit tall, and then as you exhale, see if you can use your core and your hands to help twist, 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 look behind. And then breathe into that twist. Notice how it feels in your middle spine and your shoulders. Good. Inhale, reaching both hands high. As you exhale, twist to the opposite way. Nice big breath to prepare. And then as you exhale, see if you can move into it a little more. Wonderful. Deep breath. And as you exhale, come back through center, and we're going to find an all fours position. So hands just underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's tuck our toes. We'll give our toes a little bit of a refresh as well. Spread your fingers. As you inhale, lean forward so you feel a little stretch in your wrists. And then as you exhale, press back into the toes. So inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Lovely. Take that in your own rhythm. Perfect. On your next in-breath, we're going to come to a neutral place. This time, we're going to come onto the tops of both hands. So you're just going to turn onto the tops of your hands, spread your fingers wide. If it's too much, just give a little more, bring your knees closer, give more weight into your feet rather than into those wrists. Arms are straight, if you can, and then maybe take a little rock from side to side, forwards and back. Might be incredibly subtle, and that's okay. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release. Spread your hands wide. We're going to take some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop your belly, tip your tailbone up. And as you exhale, round, push your shoulder blades apart. Nice. Inhale, drop belly, look up. Exhale, round. Nice. Take that in your own pace. Good. On your next inhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, spread your fingers. We're going to come into a downward dog. Not for very long though, just a brief encounter. So lifting up those hips, have a little pedal through the feet and just notice how that feels today. How the backs of the legs doing. Can you let your head be really heavy? Good. And then take your feet a bit wider. Bend your knees. Walk the hands back to your feet. So you're going to keep your knees bent so your belly and maybe even your chest is relaxed onto your thighs. Grab opposite elbows and then let your head go. So give it a little nod, yes. A little shake out, no. Maybe a big sigh. Nice, feeling that release in your upper back. Maybe a little bit in the back of the legs as well, but mostly through the spine. Good. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. We're going to turn our toes out and then bend into the knees. Keep bending until you drop your seat as far as you can. If you want to keep your hands on the floor, you can. If your heels are lifted, that's absolutely okay. Just keep sending the weight back into the heels if you can. And then we're just going to take a little movement from side to side. So loosening up the hips, finding a little more space through the lower back. Wonderful, good. And then walking the hands forward. Let's come find an all fours position. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Slightly turn the toes out. You can go as far as you want. And then as you inhale, send your hips forwards. They're probably going to head off in a little bit of a direction if your toes are pointing out to the side. And then as you exhale, send the hips back any amount. Inhale forwards. Exhale back in your own pace. Good. Next time you send those hips forwards, let the hips hang heavy as far as you can. Plant your left hand down. Your right arm is going to sweep all the way up and open. And we're going to make some nice big circles. Lean back as much as feels good. Lovely. And then bringing that right hand down, step back to all fours. Shake it out. And then opposite side. So left foot on the outside of the left hand, slightly turn the toes out. Inhale forwards. Exhale back in your own pace. And just listen into if your body's craving something more subtle, or maybe you can really exaggerate it today. You want to take this as a way to refresh your body rather than like a workout, like you're going to feel really sore from it. Just gently bring in some circulation to the joints, to the muscles. Good. And then sending those hips forwards, let them hang heavy. Right hand stays down as your left arm reaches forwards, up, back, and repeat. Good. Next time you finish that circle, that left hand is going to come down to the mat. Step back to all fours. Give it a little shake out. And then we're going to come down to our tummy. So slowly coming down to the tummy. Just stretch out your legs and maybe pick one leg up at a time. Just give them a little bit of a stretch out. And then sliding your hands forward so your elbows are right underneath your shoulders so it doesn't require any effort to hold this. Relax your bum. And then draw your shoulders away from your ears. Notice if they're hunched up like this. See if you can lift out. And then imagine you were pulling your chest through your arms as if you were like dragging yourself along the floor. And then breathe into that stretch, opening up the front. Good, deep breath. As you exhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, nose to the mat. Bring your big toes together. And then we're going to press back to child's pose. So let's take our knees wide, but keep our big toes touching. And then sit back into child's pose. If your head doesn't reach the floor, you can use your fists or your hands as a little pillow for your head. Breathe deep. Wonderful, good. As you inhale, lift your head, walk your hands forwards, bring your body forwards to all fours. We're going to open up the front of the back here. So see if you can keep your hips over your knees. So just notice if they shift back or it gets quite hard when they come too far forward. So you want to keep them right over. Walk your hands forwards, maybe taking them quite wide, and you can always bring them closer together. And then allowing your chest and your head to dip down towards the floor. Now breathe nice and deep. Exhale to relax into it a bit more. It's quite intense for the shoulders. Relax your jaw. And relax your hands too. Good. One more deep breath. Big sigh. And then slowly walking your hands back towards you. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, push your hips forward, look towards your toes, round your back, and take a couple of big deep breaths there. Good. Inhale to a neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, downward facing dog once more. Just a brief encounter, have a little pedal through the feet. Start to feel how that second one feels. Good. From here, you're going to walk your feet to the middle of your mat, turn your toes out, and then sit back into your deep squat. So just go as far as feels good for your knees and your hips. Good. And then wherever we are, see if we can broaden the chest. So notice if you're kind of doing this, see if we can make the collarbones a little bit wider. Perfect. Bringing the hands behind, sit the bottom down. We're going to take one leg out to the side and then bringing one foot in. If you want to sit on a pillow here, if it's more comfortable for you, go ahead. Otherwise, nice big breath. And as you exhale, we're just going to lean in towards our straight leg. And we want to feel the stretch here, this side lower back area. You can keep your hand on it, you can rest it in front, you can take it overhead. Doesn't really matter. Pick something that feels welcome in your body today. Good. As you inhale, coming all the way back up. This time we're going to turn towards our straight leg. So turn your whole upper body towards that straight leg. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, begin to creep forward. So you might catch your toe, you might catch your knee. So stretching down the back of this leg, but also opening up through the lower back and this hip as well. Good. Inhale, slowly coming back up. And we're going to take the other leg out long. Other one comes in. Use a pillow if you need. Sitting nice and tall on an in-breath. And then on an out-breath, just begin to lean off to the side. So you might be here, you might be here. Feeling the stretch here. And this arm is a bit of an accessory, so you can rest it here. If you feel like taking it overhead, go ahead. Good. As you inhale, come back up. Now turn your whole upper body towards that straight leg. Breathe in. And then folding over. Good. As you inhale, slowly come back up. Bring your hands behind. And then you're going to plant both feet onto the floor. And then just take a little swipe from side to side. So as much or as little feels good. Great. Next time your knees fall to one side, I want you to really push your hips over in that direction. And then the back hand is going to want to kind of pull forward. So bringing that hand all the way across, bring it onto the opposite knee, and then twist and turn. See how far you can continue that twist. You might even be able to see your feet behind you, or one of your foot anyway. Good. Inhale, come back through center, bring both hands behind. Then we're going to drop the knees in the opposite direction. Push the hips. You're going to feel that pull of this shoulder. Continue that. Bring it onto your knee. Twist, twist, twist. Good. Inhale, center, release both hands behind. Bring the knees pointing up and then come to a cross-legged position. So with this cross-legged position, you want your ankles underneath your knees, so it's not like a super tight cross leg, it's more like a square shape. Feet ever so slightly flexed. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to begin to lean forwards, bowing into the stretch. So from the side, you might get to your forearms, you might get your head all the way down. See if you can relax deep into your glutes, your hips, into the lower back. Good. Slowly walking those hands back towards you. You're going to cross your legs the opposite way. So the other leg comes in front. Feels kind of strange. And then same thing, forward fold. You're going to feel it in the opposite hip now. Keep breathing. And just make sure the jaw and the shoulders aren't reacting and getting stressed to this. So maybe take a few exhales. Great, let's take one more deep breath. Big sigh. And then slowly coming back up. Release your hands behind. Stretch out your legs. Give them a little shake if they need it after that. So maybe roll your ankles, tap your knees. Lovely. And then come to a more comfortable cross-legged position, something that's kind of easy for you to hold. Perfect. Let's take a nice big breath in, reach out. As you exhale, we're going to cactus out the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. And then we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. Squeeze the palms together, open across your chest. Nice. See if you can draw your knuckles down towards the floor. Reach your chest high towards the sky. Good. Deep breath in. As you exhale, release. Take a little roll of your shoulders. We're going to place one hand onto our heart, one hand onto our belly. Close the eyes and just begin to watch your breath moving. As you inhale, feel that rise. And as you exhale, feel the fall. Notice any residual tension, unnecessary clenching or stress that you might be holding within your physical body. And with each exhale, see if we can lovingly ask those spaces to relax, release. Good. Whenever you are ready, take a nice big breath in, reach your hands high overhead. Exhale, bring your hands into a prayer at your heart and bow your head down towards your heart. Take this opportunity to really, really thank yourself for carving out the time and the effort today to look after not just your body, but your mind as well. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome yourself back into the rest of your day. Thank you so, so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a great week.